Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. This is your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. This video, guys, we're going to go through some questions. We're going to ask Hyper, and we're going to go through our all-time Spurs starting 11. And we're going to welcome our special guest, Hyper. How's it going, Hyper? All the way from Mexico and Lilywhite Lane. How's it going? Hyper, how are we going?
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for the invite, and I'm very happy to be here.
Not a problem, Hyper. We're very pleased you can come on and talk about Tottenham and give your time. And we're looking forward to asking a few questions and how you become a Spurs fan. Really, how's it going, Lilywhite?
Yeah, I'm all good, all good. I've come on here a couple of times now. I believe this is my third time, as I say. Looking forward to it. Really, really enjoyed coming on, talking about Tottenham, the thing that we all love most. And yeah, definitely, really looking forward to it.
Right. We'll get cracking. Hyper, there's a couple of questions I want to ask you. Yeah. Okay. The first one is, how did you fall in love with Spurs?
Okay, first of all, well, I am a Jose fan. I live here in Mexico. Obviously, I support my local team, which is Pumas. I always support my local team since I was a kid. But in 2009, I fell in love with Inter and Jose Mourinho. So since 2009, I've been following him everywhere he goes, every team. And well, now, like I told Simon, I feel part of this family, and obviously, I want the team to succeed and to win many titles under Jose.
So you would tell me, Hyper, when did you start supporting Spurs, and obviously why did you get involved to supporting Spurs?
Since the first moment Jose arrived, that's when I started supporting Tottenham, and that's why I am here. And I obviously I want this team to succeed, and I am very excited for this new project from Jose, and I want him to be very happy here.
That's good. That's good. Um, as our Spurs fans in England here, we're very passionate about this club, um, and I just want to know how big is Tottenham in Mexico, and and if we have got a fan base, how passionate are they about this club?
You know, it is very the Premier League here is big. Uh, as you know, Tottenham is always one of the big teams with Manchester, Chelsea, these big teams. But lately, Tottenham has started to to open some eyes, and more people are starting to getting involved in Tottenham with the new stadium. I think the team it is going for a new dimension, for this international dimension. And I think one important thing I thought when I was thinking about the all-time 11 is that almost all players were English players, and I think this is a new era for Tottenham, where the team is going to go to a new direction, which is the international direction with the new stadium, the new manager. And I think this is a way to to become a global brand like other teams. And I think this is a new era for this club.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, you're spot on there, Hyper. This club, we're trying to build a massive team, and we've got the stadium now. We've got the training ground. We've got the manager. We've got the team. I think we're a couple of players away. We've been talking about this from becoming this big team, for winning big trophies again. As growing up as a Spurs fan, um, which player had inspired you for watching Spurs?
I think, well, Luka Modric is I think one of my favorite players. And you know, a lot of people write him off because of I don't know, of his physical form or his weight, etc. But I think he's one of the best players in my opinion, and I think he can even be considered as a Tottenham legend.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Luka Modric, he's a fantastic talent. He was an absolute fantastic player for us. We definitely miss a player like Luka in the team. Um, Lily White, have you got a question for Hyper?
Oh, well, it's not exactly a question, but it's absolutely brilliant to see that, you know, Tottenham Hotspur, our fan base has expanded so much. And as you say, there's a Tottenham Hotspur fan base even all the way over in Mexico. So it's so brilliant that we've got a fan base in all these different countries all across the world. And I think it goes to show how connected this club is all across the world, how many supporters we have, how many passionate Tottenham fans. And hearing you talk about Luka Modric as well, when I was a lot younger as well, he was one of my first players that I actually saw. And I remember, because I was a little younger, when I heard that he actually that he was going to Real Madrid, I was crying my eyes out because he was such a talent. He was so fantastic when he played with us back in 2011, 2012, for those few years that he signed with us and he grew up with us. And I thought he's absolutely fantastic. And you can see he still loves Tottenham. I've got this fantastic book as well. It's a load of Tottenham quotes from people. And Luka Modric said, I will always be thankful for Tottenham Hotspur, because without them I wouldn't be where I am now. And I think what we do so well as a club is develop players, the likes of Gareth Bale, Luka Modric. Bale's back now, but you look at all these players that we've developed, and then they've turned into absolute world superstars. And just to touch on that aspect of things as well, you know, Jose Mourinho, what made you absolutely fall in love with Jose Mourinho as a manager? You know, why are you so passionate about Jose Mourinho? That's what I want to find out.
Well, when I was little, you know, some friends, when we were kids, they like the Premier League, and we also like the Serie A, the Italian league. But you know, it was this thing, this family thing, because a lot of cousins and older friends of my cousins, talked a lot that Inter team. So when I start watching that Inter team, I start to see to fall in love in football. Like when you first start to understand football in a different way, and you know, in that era, a lot of friends were Barcelona fans, and they were all crazy for this Barcelona team with all the stars and everything. So when Inter defeat that Barcelona team, that was the point when I thought this is something different, and just the players. Because if you look at that team had a average in picture. It looked like they were average players, but in their minds, those players were warriors or tigers, or I don't know how you want to put it. And that mental side of the game, it was something I never watched, and I fell in love with all the players, Stankovic, Kibu, Eto'o, Milito, Snyder, Pandev, and all these players who were subs. That's why I think Lamela is a very important player, because in that Inter team, we had players like that Lamela, in, for example, Pandev, which who was a super sub. But I think that team was, I don't know, one of my favorite teams of all time, with Maicon, Julio Cesar as a goalkeeper, and that's where when I start to fall in love with Jose, and obviously I follow him through all the teams, Madrid and recently United, but now I am following him here, and I just want him to win trophies and to be happy.
Yeah, fantastic to hear that. Absolutely. Yeah, that Inter Milan team he had back in there, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic team he had there, going on to win the Champions League and all that. Yeah. Before we think, guys, if you're in the chat, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button and comment away, guys. We've got a comment here. It's from John. Big up. Hello, big up. Yes, hello, John. How's it going? In Mexico, have you, as a Spurs fan, have you got a favourite kit, a favourite Tottenham kit as you was growing up supporting Spurs?
I think the white is always elegant kit, so I like almost like every 80s kit, early 90s, the white kits with
nice.
small.
Yeah.
I think that one of my favorite one is the Holstein one, the one that
that's a really nice kit.
Yes, that's a really nice kit.
I think that's a very nice kit, and in the early kits, well, the most the present kits, I like the blue one from I think it was last season or 2 seasons ago. The third one, the blue one. Sorry, I like that one. But my favorites are the old kits.
And who's your all-time best player? I know you said you've been following Spurs since 2009, but who's your all-time best player?
I think for me it will be Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think that is my.
Go on, hype it up, hype up Gaza. Come on.
Gaza was amazing. Like, sorry, I'll just say here, and you are absolutely spot on there. He was my old man's favourite player growing up. He's one of my favourite players ever. You know, such a talent, and I completely agree with you there. You know, he was absolutely fantastic. You got it spot on with Gaza. The kit you mentioned as well, really nice kit. One of my favourite kits. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think. Well, I knew him through a program in the television, when they speak about his life, and that's the first memories I have about him. But I think everything, his life, his style of play, his passion, I don't know, everything about him is just I think he's like a rock star, and I don't know, I think that is the thing I love about him, that he does what he wants, and you know, he's a legend. For me, I think he's my favorite player of Tottenham.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Hyper. And I think you speak of so many Spurs fans when you say Gaza. Everyone loves Gaza. Absolutely sensational player, not only for club, and for country as well. He was a great servant for England. And what we're going to do as well, we're going to go through our all-time 11. Lily White Lane, are we going to pick a team between us, or are we going to go each? We're going to have our own team each.
I don't mind. It's up to you, Hyperion.
Right. What we're doing then? We'll go with our own teams each. We read out our all-time 11, and then we can discuss the players after. So, guys, if you're in the comments now, guys, and we're going to speak about all-time 11. If you've got your all-time 11, put in the comment, guys, and we'll actually read it out. And we'll love to hear your comments in there. And there's one comment here. I think we got a fan for Hyper. Wag one hyper. Admiral Hasmasa. Is it some sort of friend?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he put that comment last night, but I think yeah he's a friend maybe from Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I said, guys, keep liking the content, guys. Subscribe, and always, if you got something to say, hit that comment, guys. So, Lily White Lane, we'll go with you. Your all-time 11
Oh, should we like take it in turns to say goalkeeper each? Or
goalie. Yeah.
Should I go through my whole team?
We'll go with your goalie first.
In goal, all-time goalkeeper. It's a real tough one for me. We've had some good goalkeepers over the years, but honestly, I would actually have to go with Hugo Lloris, right? And the reason I'm going with Hugo Lloris, he's such a talented goalkeeper, you know, and a fantastic shot stopper. He's been loyal to us for 8 years. We bought him in 2012. He's been really good. Hugo Lloris has been fantastic, and Hugo Lloris is definitely in goal for me. Then in defence, my two centre halves, I go with Gary Mabbutt and Gary Mabbutt.
Lily White Lane, if we can go, we'll pick a goalie each first, and then we'll go on to defenders. And yeah, Hyper.
Yes.
Hyper, you still there?
Yeah.
Your camera's off, mate.
Your camera's off.
Sorry.
That's all good. No worries.
That's fine. Lily White Lane's he's chose the goalie, and he's chose Hugo Lloris. Who's your all-time goalkeeper for Tottenham?
I think I agree with Lily White Lane. I think Hugo is my all-time keeper. I have to be honest. As you know, I don't know a lot of Tottenham legends, but I think in the goalkeeper position, I will go with Hugo because I think is for me the biggest goalkeeper.
Yeah, right. For me, guys, because I've been supporting Spurs since 1990, and there was another goalie, Eric Torsved. He was the Viking, and absolutely, it was.
Good shout.
He's still up there with one of my favourite goalies of all time of Tottenham since I've been watching Tottenham. But yeah, I think Hugo does shade it. I have chose Hugo in my team. Really, of this present now, he's such a fantastic goalie. Absolutely, he's up there with one of the best, and yeah, he just shades it for me with Eric. But Eric comes close. He's a fantastic goalie as well. He was a real good goalie. At right back, Lily White Lane.
Ooh, so many good right backs we've had over the years, but I'm actually going to have to choose Carl Walker, and that's me being 100% honest. Carl Walker in his prime at Tottenham Hotspur, no one can tell me otherwise. I think he was definitely up there with our best players, along with the likes of Kane and Sonny when he first came in from Leverkusen. He was absolutely fantastic, so talented. And without a doubt, Carl Walker for me. We've had some decent right backs over the years, but I know for sure that we've had better players in other positions. So I'm going to have to go with him if I'm being honest.
Hyper. Right back.
I think I choose Gareth Bale as my all-time right back.
Right back, yeah, right, okay, Gareth Bale.
He did actually play right back, didn't he? I think he transitioned from a left back, then to a right back, and then to a right winger.
Yes.
As a right back for us originally, he was really good, to be fair. So
yeah, so that's a good call there, Hyper. Good call. So guys, whoever's in the chat now, guys, if you want to subscribe, if you haven't, comment down below each position, each player we're talking about, and smash the like button, guys. I'm gonna go with Stephen Carr as my right back. He was fantastic, Stephen Carr. Going forwards, and tracking back as well. I think it was between him and Walker. I said I'll go back since 1990 up to present now, and there wasn't too many as I was going forward. But yeah, to me, Stevie Carr, I'll pick with Stevie Carr there. Centre back, Hyper. We'll start with you. Centre back.
I choose Ledley King as my center back. I think he and you know, I'm very happy that he's in the coaching staff, and I think Joseph brought him in because we have major problems in defense, and you know, Jose is obsessed with defense, and I'm very happy a player that comes from the club, that knows the culture, that knows everything from top to bottom of the club, and I think it is a very good thing that he's with our coaching staff, and for me, he's my center back, my first option.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Lily White.
Yeah, for my first centre back, completely agree. Ledley King, he's one of our own. This is my club, my one and only club. He's the most loyal person I ever knew, playing with Tottenham his whole career. Absolutely fantastic for us. He made the greatest tackle in football history on Iron Robin. As I say, so many historic moments that he actually created. He was a really creative centre half as well. Pressed high when he needed to, can sit back. You imagine Ledley King under Jose Mourinho. If Jose would have managed the likes of Ledley King back then, we would have won the league, because he was so much of a Jose player, honestly. He was so good defensively. He could sit back. And when we actually had him under Andre Villas-Boas and some of our other some of our other managers, he was absolutely fantastic. As I say, really loyal. So definitely Ledley King for my first centre-back, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'll make it a hat-trick, guys. And that was my first one, straight out there, Ledley King. What a player. What a player. Despite his injuries, it was a shame. It's a shame he had them injury, because he would have been the best in the back. I'll tell you now, absolutely fantastic. This guy, even when he did, well, it was only half. It was only half fit, as you said there, Lily White. That tackle on Robin, and it was more than that. It was more than that. He just such a leader on the pitch as well. And that's the sort we missed at the back at the minute. We ain't got someone who commands that back line, like Ledley King did. Yeah, absolutely. Hyper, we'll go to you again. Your second centre back.
Well, for the history, I choose Gary Mabot. For the history, and obviously for what he represents to the fans, I think he would have been great with Ledley as a partner.
Absolutely spot on, Hyper. The guy is an absolute legend at the club. Absolutely. Played over 500 Saint games for the club. And yeah, it's another leader on the pitch as well. He was such a leader on the pitch. Come up with a couple of goals as well, I think. But yeah, as I said, that was a great choice. Lily White, your second centre back.
Right. Gary Mabbutt, as I say, absolutely fantastic as our centre half. He was brilliant, but I'm going to have to go with Jan Vertonghen, prime Jan Vertonghen. And as much as I love Gary Mabbutt and everything he did for our club, he was such a solid centre half. I would have to go with Jan Vertonghen myself. I think he was really, really loyal. Super Jan, obviously. He was so good. He could score a couple of goals as well. You know, his height advantage as well, jump up, great at jumping up for headers and scoring goals. He would sit back, rarely cost us points. He never cost us points. And I just think he was such a solid centre half. So based on the time I've been watching Tottenham, I'd have to go with Jan Vertonghen. But I've definitely seen stuff from the likes of Gary Mabbutt. I've got a signed photo of him over there with Glenn Hoddle and Klinsmann, which I'm sure I'll get to later. But as I say, you know, such a talent, such a fantastic player. But I'd have to go with Jan Vertonghen.
To me, as I said, I've been because I've seen both. I saw Mabbutt in the 90s. Now I've seen Jan in this decade there. Mabbott, it's a toss-up between Mabbott and Jan for me. And the reason why I'm going to go with Mabbott, because he won us the FA Cup. He lifted the cup for us. And that's why I've just popped Mabbott over Jan, because he is such a legend. I ain't saying Jan's not a legend. Jan will go down as a legend as a centre-back at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But to me, what Mabbott represents for Tottenham, what he's achieved, he did win the FA Cup under Venables. And that was such a great day, because they won it for Gaza, because what happened to him in the semi-final. And what happened to the final, into the final with that challenge.
Terry Venables was a really good manager for us now.
Very good manager, Terry Venables.
Definitely one of my favourites. Up there with the likes of Martin Yole. And he shows that it's a bit too early to judge.
We're going to get to that. Let's not spoil it. Yeah, so I'll definitely go with Mabbott, please. But Jan does run in close with that one. As a go, in the comments, there is one here. Greetings from Mexico. Another one. Need a centre back, big time. Yes, we totally agree. We do need a centre back, and we need a quality centre back. Guys, if you're in the chat, guys, just keep commenting. Guys, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Left back now, guys. Lily White Lane, we'll start with you. Left back.
Ooh.
So, guys, if you just join the comments now, we are talking about, guys, our starting 11 at all times since we've been supporting Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Not since the club's been starting, since we've been supporting Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Go away,
you know what? I want to hear what you guys have to say about left back, because I'm struck between about three players, and they're not all the greatest players, but I want to hear.
I'll start and I'll put it out there. Danny Rose.
He was in there.
For me, it was hard. I went down the list since 1990 and read Justin Edinburgh played there. He was another legend at Tottenham. I'll put him down as a legend at Tottenham. I love Justin Edinburgh. Gareth Bale did play there at times. Christian Ziege played there. But to me, what Danny Rose, that link up with Walcott on the other side, that was just our best pairing since I've been supporting Spurs. So yeah, if I was I would go with Danny Rose.
Danny Rose, honestly, was definitely on my list. But you know, Edinburgh, I was struck between three, but I'd have to go with Edinburgh, as to say, club legend. He led us to a load of wins in the past when he actually played for us. Such a leader at left back. He bossed. I remember one game actually that I went back and watched, and it was back at the old Highbury at Arsenal, and he put in this massive tackle, and he just bossed the whole Arsenal team in that victory when we beat him, I think 4-1 back in the 90s. So you know, he's such a talented player, as I say, club legend. But you know, Danny Rose definitely in there for a shout. Prime Danny Rose, not that Danny Rose right now is coaching the under-23s, but prime Danny Rose is definitely up there. But I'd have to go with Justin Edinburgh.
Big up John in the comment. Love your content, Simon. Thank you, John. Thank you very much for that. Hyper, left back. Give us one.
Jan Vertonghen.
At left back.
Jan Vertonghen. At left back. Right.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. We like to mix up. Go on, hit it away, Hyper.
Yes, I think that Jan was one of my favorite players before Jose came to Tottenham, and I think he's a very good player. And in his last years, I think he started to lose some speed, but I think he's one of my favorite players, I think.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic choice. Absolutely. So we've got our goalie, we've got our defence. Now we're going on midfield, guys. There's one here from John. Sorry, guys. Edinburgh, I will say him. Yes, John. Yeah, Lily White's agreed with you. Justin and Brian, he was fantastic. Go on to midfield. To me, before I say to mine, I'm going on. As said, when back in the 90s, and there's a couple of players from there and a couple of players from. So Hyper, right midfield.
I will go with Glenn Hoddle as in midfield.
Yeah, Glenn Hoddle. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Chris Waddle.
No, we're gonna go just on the right midfield. So you chose Glenn Hoddle. Yeah, he's an absolute legend of the club. Absolutely, Glenn is an absolute legend of this club. I love watching Glenn. I watch loads of videos of Glenn Hoddle. Some of his goals and some of his trickery.
Oh yeah, he's quality.
He's unbelievable. That goal against Watford, where he just dinked that over the goalie. That just I can watch that all day long. That yes, fantastic one there, Hyper. Lily White Lane, right midfield.
Paul Gascoigne.
Big up everyone in the chat, guys.
I had to say, yeah, keep tuning in, guys. Obviously, hope you're all enjoying the content. And I would definitely, without a doubt, have to go with Paul Gascoigne. He's one of my favourite players ever. And as I say, as a midfielder, he can be an attacking midfielder. He can transition to a right mid, a left mid. You know, he can play all over midfield. He was such a talent. Fantastic player as he is at Tottenham Hotspur. So he definitely makes it into my all-time 11. Fantastic player, as I say. I think he was brilliant. And as well, club legend for Tottenham. Not only that, a legend for England, national football team as well. He did great for England. And well, look, all I've really got to say about that. But yeah, definitely without a doubt.
Right, guys, if you just joined the chat here, guys, smash the like. Smash the comments, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. We are talking about our all-time 11 since we're supporting Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I'm Lily White Lane. I'm going a 4-4-2 because I want to get one or two players in this team of my all-time 11. So on the right midfield of the 4, I'm going Gareth Bale. Sensational player, absolutely sensational player. When he first come to the club, he wasn't fancied. It was only Harry Redknapp who brought him in and started him, and then he just leapt on from there. That away in Inter Milan and at home to Inter Milan, that's when he really made his name, and he just kicked on from there, season after season before he left. And Gareth Bale will go down as one of the best players that's played at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Right, Hyper, are you still here?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. No, that's a problem. Right. Left midfield. We'll go with left midfield. Hyper. I just said to Lily White, I'm going as a formation 4-4-2. Yes. So, are you going as a 4-4-2, or are you playing as a 4-3-3, or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I was going to clarify, because I was thinking about playing a 4-2-3-1.
Totally up to you. You go with what you want to go with. Oh, I think we lost Hyper.
You right there, mate?
Yeah. And well, my defensive. Yeah.
We've got some internet connections with Hyper here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hyper, you okay? You still there? Do you want to come out of the link and come back into it, Hyper?
So well, my two. Can you hear me?
You're not breaking up.
Mate. There we go. So he's gone. He should be back in a second.
Hope he's come back into the stream any second, guys. While we do that, we'll go hit some comments up from John here. I just came now because I was tuning into Henry's stream. Henry Wright stream. Yeah, I think he started his stream at 4 as well. Paul Gascoigne for me. Bell in the prime was fire. Yes, John, we actually totally agree. Gascoigne and Gareth Bale. Yeah. Lily White Lane, are you going as a 4-3-3 or are you going as a?
I'm going as a. I'll go 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder, 2 right and left mids, and then up front, centre forward, right wing, left wing. That's what I'm going with. And starting off at I said first I'll put in Paul Gascoigne. For CDM, central defensive midfield, I'll go Luka Modric. As Hyper said as well, he's such a talent. He was absolutely fantastic for Tottenham, brilliant, and he went on to Real Madrid to do great things. And in the time that we had him, those 4 years, as I say, absolutely fantastic. So definitely, without a doubt, Luka Modric.
On the left midfield for me, because I'm playing a 4-4-2, I want to fit in a couple of players. I really want to fit in with Son. I'm going to play him out on the left of a 4. Heung-min Son is an absolute fantastic player. Absolutely fantastic player. Since he's come to the club, he's just hit the ground running. And he's getting better and better every season. Every season he's hitting new heights every single season. And we've been saying in these couple of videos how important Heung-min Son is. And yeah, for me, Heung-min Son's got to get into my team, and that's why I put him into my team here. Then Lily White Lane, you said you was going with a 3 in midfield. What's your third one?
Should I wait for Hyper, or are we going to carry on?
We'll carry on and we'll catch up with Hyper.
Right, and so for my last midfielder, honestly, I'd have to go with Prime Ericsson. Prime Ericsson, absolute talent, as I say, in his prime. Ericsson, son, he's our bloody number 23, isn't he? Absolutely fantastic. Love Ericsson. So, yeah, Prime Ericsson from 2014, 2015, even at the end of AVB's reign, fantastic. So, without a doubt, Prime Ericsson.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. Ericsson, fantastic footballer. It's a shame what's happened to him over the last 6 months to a year at Spurs and how he left and all that. Wait on, we're going to get Hyper back in. Hyper.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry,
yes,
guys.
Hyper. We're back into the
worries.
stream now. Before we crack on, guys, Modric was class. Unreal player. Yes, absolutely. We totally agree with you there, bud. Fantastic player. Absolutely. Same with Ericsson, but he could be coming back to us. So, Hyper, we was talking about tactics and how you're going to set up your team. We lost connection with you. How are you going to set up your team? Are you going to go with a 4-3-3, or just tell us how you're going to set up?
Yeah, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and
it's entirely up to you. You choose your own. You choose your own tactic. How do you want to set your own team up, Hyper? So give us. We've gone to the. Give us your left midfield.
I think I will go with 2 defensive midfielders. Glenn Hoddle and Chris Waddle. I think they will be my 2 defensive midfielders.
Right.
And I think my attacking midfielder would be Gaza.
Right. You go with so Glenn Hoddle and Chris Waddle as 2 DMs. Are you saying?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We'll get back to you in a minute then. Lily White Lane, did you give me your third? Was it Ericsson, did you say?
Yeah, so I've gone with Ericsson. So far I've gone with so in midfield, Ericsson, Modric and Gaza. And then in defence, to go back to that quickly, I believe I went with Prime Carl Walker, I went with Jan Vertonghen, I went with Leslie King, and I went with Justin Edinburgh.
Right.
So
so I went with a 4 in midfield, so I've chose you Bale, and I've told you about Son. My 2 in midfield. I know he hasn't been at the club long, but Pierre Højbjerg has to get into my team already. I've gone through the midfields and all that. How I want to set up as a DM, since I've been supporting Spurs. I don't think we've had a real demanding DM for a long time. And I think Pierre's going to be at this club demanding as a real top DM for a long time. So yes, I'll go with Pierre, and then alongside him has to be Gaza. Has to be Gaza for me. Pierre can do the dirty work and just let Gaza flow. Just let Gaza flow and let Son and Bale go up and down the wings. I think Gascoigne's got to get into your starting 11. Absolutely fantastic player. I'm gonna Lilywhite Wayne. You're gonna go with 3 up top.
Yeah. Hold on. Hypera, I think, hasn't said his last midfielder yet. Attacking midfielder.
Right, Hyper. Give us your last attacking midfielder.
Yeah. Well, in defense, like Lily White Lane said, I choose Gareth Bale in the as right back. Then I choose Mabot, King, and Vertonghen.
Yeah.
And then as my 2 defensive fielders, I choose Horrell and Waddle, and as my number 10, Gascoigne. And yeah, that's my team so far.
Right. So I've gone with 2 up top. So it sounds like you 2 are going 3 up top. So
yeah.
Who's playing wide right for you up top 3, Lilywhite?
My right winger is gonna have to be. Oh, I've got a couple ideas, but it's an all-time 11, so everyone doesn't have to be in their right position. Like Gareth Bale as a right back, everyone doesn't have to be in their right position. So I'm just gonna go with 3 people who did play up top, and up top for me, on the right wing, I'm gonna go with Jurgen Klinsmann.
Jurgen Klinsmann, absolutely fantastic player. Absolutely, what a player Jurgen Klinsmann was. Hyper, do you remember Jurgen Klinsmann days? Have you watched videos on Jurgen Klinsmann at Tottenham?
Yeah, I watch a lot of Germany videos, and I also remember. I don't know if you remember Oliver Bierhoff, who was a partner with Klinsmann in the national team, and they were fantastic players. And obviously, Klinsmann was something else, and I think yes, he's a Tottenham legend.
Yeah, he was fantastic at Tottenham. I was so excited when we brought him in. I think it was 1994. I think we brought Jurgen into the club from Monaco. But yeah, it was an absolute fantastic player. So Hyper, who are you gonna go? Are you going 3? Are you going 3 up top?
Yeah, I'm going with 3 players.
Right. Give us your first one. Give us your first of your front 3.
I think I will play with Cyril Knowles. I think he will be the player I will choose again to play in the left wing. Cyril Knowles.
Pardon?
Cyril Knowles.
I don't know, Hyper.
Sorry,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, maybe I am pronouncing it wrong. I will write it to you. But well, in the other side of the pitch, I will play Ginola, just because I think he was also, I think, like Gascoigne, a player who had this I think I don't know how to say it, rockstar lifestyle outside the pitch, and I think he
had the flair. Yeah, he had the flair. Yeah, everyone loved Ginola. Everyone.
Yeah, and I think that is one reason I think Jose bring Bale in, because sometimes at champions, a team has to have that aura, that I don't know, that flair, that I don't know.
Yeah.
And for me, I think Ginola is also one of those players who was controversial, but also was a very good player inside the pitch. So I will choose. I think he's for me one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Hyper. Ginola was an absolutely fantastic player. That goal against Barnsley where he just literally just took the ball and took everyone on. Absolutely fantastic. That's just one of my best goals from Ginola. Okay, I'll go with two up top. Had to go and going for an old style 4-4-2. And my first striker, absolute legend at the club. Legend. He'll go down as one of the all-time greats. Is Teddy Sheringham. Absolutely. What a player this guy was. He didn't have no pace, but what he had upstairs was a brain. And he's very clever footballer. And he had a great finish. He had a great header. He was strong on the ball as well. I'm not surprised he went on to win big things for Manchester United because he deserved it. He absolutely deserved it. To go on to win big trophies, and then he come back to Tottenham. He didn't really work out the second time around. Yeah, so I'll go with Teddy Sheringham as one of my strikers. He was fantastic.
Could I just change something? I'm buying in here because I want to change one of my midfield players. I want to change Ericsson, and I want to change him for Ozzy Ardiles.
Ozzy Ardiles, right? Okay, yeah. Ozzy was a fantastic player. Yes, I couldn't remember him watching him like live. Obviously, but I watched videos of him, DVDs and clips, and with him and Ricky Villiers, absolutely fantastic footballers. We're so lucky to have them sort of players playing and gracing this football club. Absolutely, and it's still big lovers of this football club. It's such great for Tottenham Hotspur. So, guys, if you're in this chat, just keep commenting away. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys. John's here with a chat. Simon, my guy, I DM'd you on Twitter. I love you. Right, yeah. Okay, John. Right, I'll get back to you later, John. I'll have a look at that, John. Yeah. But thanks for the support, John. Absolutely fantastic support from John. He's always on here giving us support. So thank you very much, John. Lily White, we'll go on to your other player up top three. Far away.
Right, so obviously right winger, I did choose Jurgen Klinsmann. Centre forward, I'm going to have to go with Jimmy Greaves. I think Jimmy Greaves, he's our all-time top scorer, 60 goals ahead of Kane. Kane's coming up, but this guy had it all. You know, my granddad, I'm lucky enough, my old man's old man.
Lily White, can I just stop you there? I just based my team on, since I started supporting Tottenham in 1990, now to present. Because I know we can say them sort of players because I like to see and watch these players, and this is why I picked these players here. But crack on, go on.
Yeah, I'm saying, and the reason I'm lucky enough to see him is because my old man's old man, me granddad, he had a DVD, and he grew up as a massive Tottenham fan in the 60s, in the 70s, and early 80s as well. Nearly got into the 90s, so early 80s, late 80s. He played for about a good 15 years, this guy. He was our centre forward. He just stuck with Tottenham, the only club he played for, I believe. And he was fantastic. He signed for us when he was about 17. I watched all these DVDs about him and these programs. They're all in black and white, but you can see the way he's putting the ball in the back of the net every single time he gets it. Such a target man, and one of the best strikers in Premier League history. He was our top scorer by 60 goals. So Kane's reaching him, but as I say, he's an absolute club legend, and I'd have to go with him.
Right, Hyper, your final player up top. Who are you going to go with?
I will go with Harry Kane.
Not a bad shout.
Get in there.
I think for me he's Jose's dream in the striker position. I know he chased him for a lot of time. He never got him, but now he has the honor to be his manager, and also Harry Kane the honor to be his player, and I think for me he will be at the end of his career. I think we can't see that yet, but at the end his career, he will be, with no doubt, a legend of, of, of the game.
Sorry about
I
that.
mean,
Disconnected.
yeah.
Not a problem. So Hyper, I totally agree that Harry Kane is an absolute sensational player. What he's done at this football club is amazing. Seriously, his stats is just amazing. I'm gonna go with my other striker, guys, and I'm gonna go with Harry Kane. You've got to go with Harry Kane. Since I said I'm going from 1990 up to present, and with all the strikers we've had in the past, we've had some great strikers. We've been lucky with the Robbie Keanes. He'd come close. He was fantastic. I love Robbie Keane. I love Jermaine Defoe. But just purely, this guy is sensational. He's such a great player. He's such an important player to this Tottenham team now. With the way he's adapted now, playing in the 10 role now, he can play in there. He can sit deep. He can get the ball. He can pass. He can tackle. He puts himself about. He scores goals. He's just an all-round player now. He's turned into, and his stats are just the same. Incredible. Harry Kane's I've got it here somewhere. Harry Kane is like 302 appearances for Spurs, and with 205 goals for Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely fantastic. This guy is. This is why I pick him. He's such an. He'll become a legend, and I'm just hope he stays and ends his career at Tottenham and hopefully wins that, because he definitely deserves. Him and Son at this minute deserves a big trophy. So we've picked all our starting 11 guys, and in the chat, guys.
Hang on, I've got one more player, my left winger.
Oh yes, sorry, Lilywhite. Sorry. Yes.
And my last player is going to be Robbie Keane, right? And I know he may not be the best player out of everyone else, right? You got the likes of Van der Vaart and all these other players that we had before, even the Glenn Hoddles and all of these fantastic players that we had before, right? But the reason that I would have to go with him, I put Greaves in my team, top scorer, But as I was saying, the reason I'd have to go with him is a fact that a lot of people don't know. I'm actually half Irish myself. I come from an Irish background, and I was named after Robbie Keane. So my real name is Robbie Clark, and I was named after Robbie Keane, because my dad's a massive Tottenham fan and my mum's Irish. So my dad said, can I name him after a Tottenham player? My mum says, yeah, go ahead, Robbie Keane. So I got named after Robbie Keane when he played for Tottenham. I remember he scored a worldie of a goal in that 5-1 win against Arsenal, just absolutely thrashed the Gooners. And as I say, I was named after him, absolute legend of the club. I love Robbie Keane, so I'd have to go for Robbie Keane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Robbie Keane, as I said, is a fantastic player. What a player for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Absolutely. That celebration as well. Every time he scored, I love that celebration.
I used to roll around my room trying to do it when I was young.
Actually, if you go on there, you got named after Robbie Keane. I named my son Teddy after Teddy Sheringham, because before Kane come on the scene, Teddy Sheringham was my idol. He was my number one at Tottenham. Some of the stuff I've seen him do is unbelievable. This guy. But if we can go back on the other strikers we had, guys, before we carry on, like Adebayor, he had a bit of a stint, and I think when the ex-boy was on his game, he was an absolute great player. I know some Spurs fans won't like Adebayor game, but to me, I put that to a side.
I'm going to say something about centre back here, right? And you have to. I hate to admit it, but for the years that he was with us, I'm not even going to say his name.
I know you're going to say.
It's Lord Voldemort. Judas. I'm not going to say his name, but for the years that he was with us, he did really well. And then he ruined his career. And funny thing, actually, me and my mates, right, we're cycling home, we're eating a bit of food, and we're over in near to London, and we see Sol Campbell, and all my mates are writing they're all asking for autographs, and he sees me in a Tottenham shirt. So I'm wearing my Tottenham kit, not my full kit, but I'm saying I'm wearing a Tottenham kit. And he sees me in it, and he's just signing all of their things and stuff, and he doesn't really speak to me, and he kind of just goes away, and I just shout at him, "What do you know about loyalty?" and he just kind of looks back and he just goes,
great, absolutely fantastic.
maddest thing ever. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, as I said, this club has been blessed with some great strikers, absolutely great strikers. We can go back, as you said, with the Greasy days and things like that. But me personally, I like to see it in real life. I like to watch it now and what I'm watching. But yeah, don't take away what Greasy done and the likes of Stevie Archibald and Steve Perryman and players like that. Absolutely, they were just legends of this club. We'll go on to manager. Our all-time favourite Spurs manager. Hyper, we'll go with you first. You just hit it away. And guys, before you talk, guys, if you're in the comments, comment below, guys, who's your favourite manager? And hit the like buttons up, guys, and subscribe, please, guys. Trying to help this channel grow, guys. Hyper, your all-time favourite Tottenham coach, manager?
I will go with Pochettino because he made that transition to a new dimension, and you know, a lot of Tottenham fans never think they will reach a Champions League final, and this guy, I think he deserves all the credit for what he create and he made that step. He brought Tottenham into the new era, and I think he will never be forgotten, sadly for him. You know, because I appreciate Mauricio because he has a good relationship with Jose. Even when he was in Southampton, I think in Southampton, they were friends, and they have kept that friendship through the years. And I like Mauricio. I feel bad that he couldn't win a trophy, but I think for me he is a manager who made all the fans dream, and you know he is a legend for me.
Yeah, absolutely, spot on there, Hyper. I totally agree there. And Pochettino, he took the club to another level. We are where we are now because of Potts. Now let's hope Jose teaches us to win trophies. Lily White, we'll go down to you. Who's your favourite coach, manager, as you want to call them, all time?
We've had loads of good coaches over the past few years. Obviously, Mauricio Pochettino, absolutely fantastic what he did with the club. I think even you could say Harry Redknapp as well, bringing us from about 14th in the league when he first signed, within 2 seasons taking us into a Champions League position, nearly putting us in Europe. But for me, it would have to be Big Martin himself, Martin Jol. And let me explain why. He's one of the nicest, most friendly managers I've ever seen. I remember I was really, really young, and he just used to come out of the stadium and he used to wave at all the fans, basically. And I've heard about this because my old man's told me about it. He's waved in all the fans and stuff. He was really, really good with his tactics. I love the way we played football. And I think, he says it how it is. I remember there was one situation when the referee comes in and he makes this silly decision for a penalty. And after the game, he goes and sees the referee and he goes, can I call you a prick? And the ref goes, no, you can't. So he goes, can I think you're a prick? And the ref goes, you can think what you want. So he goes, I think you're a prick. Just stuff like that. He was a really, really good coach, really, really good manager for us. So he's definitely my favourite manager.
Yeah, spot on there, Martin Jol. He was a fantastic coach, and I'll split in between the middle, and I'll go with Harry Redknapp. This guy took us to the Champions League, took us to the Promised Land, and I'll never forget that night. That night always stays there with Crouchy getting the winner at City, taking us to the Promised Land, and that's where I think that's where we started, guys. I think that's where we started kicking on as a football club. So Harry Redknapp, it's such a great manager, guys, as well. Puts an arm around his shoulder. He knows how to when a player's down, he just puts his arm around his shoulder. He just tells them to go out there, just go out, just go out and play football, and they'll just go and play for him because they loved him. I think everyone who actually played under Redknapp there, they actually love playing under Harry Redknapp. So to me personally, I'll go with Harry Redknapp because he just started. He started off this revelation of us going to Champions Leagues and things like this. So yeah, I'll go with Pochettino. I'll go with Harry Redknapp. Sorry. Just in the comment here, we've got John. He said, I will go for a 4-2-4 with Loris in goal, left back Edinburgh, centre back Ledley King, centre back Woodgate, right back Kyle Walker, centre midfield Modric, Cam Gilola, centre forward, I think he said Sheringham, as a striker, Canuti and Berbatov and Harry Kane. Berbatov as well, but Hyper, I don't know if you do you actually remember seeing Berbatov at Tottenham, or have you watched videos?
I mostly remember Dimitar Berbatov in United, but I watched videos when he was at Tottenham, and I think he was a very good player. But I really, I didn't like his comments when he talked about Jose, but I think he's a very good player, and he's just an artist.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, guys. Before we wrap up this video, guys, it's been an absolutely pleasure to have Hyper on and Lilywhite Lane on. There's one question I want to ask you guys, and to both of you, and it's what's your best ever Spurs moment that you'll always cherish? Right, Hyper, we'll go with you.
I think the Lucas goal, the Lucas Moura goal. I think that moment, it was something that, and not, I don't know, anyone couldn't believe it. Even if you were even a football fan or any sports fan, it was a moment in sports, and it was unbelievable. And I think for me, that was a moment where I said, well, this is impossible, but they made it possible.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I totally agree. I think you speak of every Spurs fan about that Lucas goal. Absolutely, everyone was going crazy, and it was a fantastic moment. Us to get into a Champions League final, it was a fantastic moment for us. Lilywhite, what's your favourite ever Spurs moment that you'll cherish?
I've got so many amazing memories of going to Tottenham. Just amazing memories of watching it on the telly as well with my family. But my first ever game at Tottenham has to be the moment that I cherish the most. It was a midweek game, and it was under the lights, but it was a massive game. It was basically, if we won, we were going to qualify for the Champions League, and if it was against West Ham, and it was at home, and it was one of the last games at the Lane actually. And I've actually got two, so I'll say this one first. It was one of the last games at the Lane, and it was absolutely brilliant. And I remember West Ham scored this absolute worldie. I think it was Obiang that I watched, and then Son hits an absolute worldie himself into the back of the net, and it's 1-0. And then in the 90th minute, just an unbelievable goal. I think it was Harry Kane slots it into the bottom corner of the goal, puts us 2-1 ahead, and just seeing the whole of the Spurs fans just erupt, and I'm all of a sudden like jumping in and chanting with people that I don't even know, and it's what's so fantastic about this Spurs community. And then my favourite moment has to be Tottenham versus Manchester United, the last ever game at the Lane. And although we didn't win that game, you know, you got to look at it as it was so amazing. And I was one of those people who went on the pitch, and it was just amazing, and just everything going on, and I was in tears, the final goodbye to the Lane, and that was just so special, and something that I'll always hold in my heart. Those are the types of memories that you'll take with you to the grave. So those are two of the massive memories. But as I say, that West Ham game, I think no, we didn't need to win it. We needed to get 1 point, but we ended up winning it. It was in 2017, and if we won this game a few games before the end, we qualified for Champions League football, and we won it. It was absolutely fantastic. So as I say, that's a moment that I'll always cherish. And it was my first Tottenham game when they were with my old man. But definitely my favourite has to be the one against Manchester United, last ever game at the Lane.
Brilliant, Lily. Right, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Some great moments you just said there. Absolutely. Mine was I actually got two. Our last time we won the FA Cup in 1991. Absolutely fantastic. Just lifting that trophy, and we haven't lifted it since. So yeah, I was lucky enough to actually watch that, and it was an unbelievable day. Unbelievable day. It was a great day, and it was good. We done it for Gaza. We done it for Gaza. And,
yeah, we did, didn't we? After what he did in that semi-final and everything.
After we'd done that semi-final, I said that was one of my great moments as well, scoring that fantastic free kick. But it'll be that one, and it'll be the Crouchy goal against City, because I said that took us to promised land. That took us to our first Champions League in the Premier League. So yeah, both of them. But as I said, you can go on forever. There's lots of great moments at Tottenham. You can go on for days and days. But one more question, Hyper. I want to ask you. Yeah, there was one Mexican player who played for Tottenham. Could you name him?
Giovanni Dos Santos.
Giovanni Dos Santos. I don't know what happened to that player. I think he's playing Mexico. Is he? Is he playing for Club America?
Yes, he came back, but I think he was a good player, a very good player, and also like I don't know if you know this, but his parent was a Brazilian player, so he has this heritage history running through his heritage, his veins. Like also Marcel Sabitzer, his father was a footballer and his grandfather, and Giovanni Dos Santos, he had this also Barcelona La Masia pedigree, and he was close to Ronaldinho. But at the end things didn't work. Like I think it is difficult for some players to adapt, and I think that was the thing that made that things didn't work out for him. For some players, it is easy. Like for example, Raúl Jiménez from Wolves. It is easy. It was easy for him to adapt. Sadly, he went through this injury, but I think Giovanni was a good player, and we like him a lot here in Mexico.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Hyper. Before we go back on, guys, there's a chat here from Timothy Panther. Yes, Tim, one of my old workmates. Good man, keep it up and have a good one, guys. Timothy, thank you very much, guys, for that. Thanks for the comment. Hyper, as I said, we're going to wrap it up there. It's been it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. Absolute pleasure to have your stories from Mexico, telling us what our fan base is out like there, telling us your stories, which is live having stories from other countries to see how far this fan base is around the world. And this is why I would like to have people like you on to tell us how big it is out in other countries. It's been a pleasure. We'll have you on again, Hyper. Don't you worry about that. We'll have you on again. It's been a pleasure. Lily White Lane, thanks for coming on. You always support me. You always support the channel. Absolutely. Guys, Robbie, if I can call you Robbie, yeah, please tell everyone where they can catch you.
So I've got my own channel on YouTube, Lily White Lane, all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, match previews, match reviews, player ratings, everything you could possibly want from a Tottenham fan channel. So you'd be doing me a massive favour by dropping a sub on there. Currently, we've got about 230 subscribers. So, yeah, slowly growing. But, yeah, really, really pleased with every single one of my viewers, every single one of my fans. I can't thank you enough for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. And, yeah, keep supporting Simon's channel as well. Absolutely fantastic content, and support Hypera as well. Fantastic guest to have on here as well. And I love coming on here. I've came on here about 2 times, really enjoyed it, and yeah, it's been brilliant to have someone else on here as well. So really nice of you to come on here as well, Hypera, and yeah, thank you both so much as well. Really do appreciate it.
And before we go, guys, there's a couple of comments there from John. Big up everyone inside, and Robbie at Don Robbie Lilywhite Lane. Yeah. Not John. Thank you, John. You always support both our channels.
Yes.
Thank you for your support, John. Absolutely fantastic. So thanks for everyone in the comments tonight for your support, watching in on this content. We are trying to grow these, not only my channel, Robbie's channel as well, guys. We do try and bring you as much content as we can, and bring you on special guests like Hyper. We are. I've got a couple of things planned up coming forward, and once again, Hyper, thank you very, very much for coming on and giving us your time. Absolutely fantastic. Lilywhite Lane, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one more thing as well. And you know, if you want to come on my channel, maybe tomorrow, whenever you're free this week, you know, it's fantastic to have you on this channel as well. And I'd love to hear some of your stories about Tottenham as well on mine. So definitely, it's just been brilliant talking to you as well, and you as well, Simon. Brilliant talking to you both. So I really do appreciate it. I'm going to have to head off now, but yeah, thank you,
Robbie. Thank you very much for your help, and your support. Thank you. Hyper, as I said, we love having people from other countries. It's brilliant to hear the stories. That's exactly why I do things like this. I want to hear stories from other countries, how big are Spurs in other countries and things like that, and some fantastic stories you told us there. And your knowledge of Tottenham is very good. Since you've only been supporting for a while, you're very good. And we'll definitely have you on again, Hyper. So we'll catch you up soon. And as I said, guys, thanks.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and I think this is a very good opportunity, because sometimes fans like us, we don't have a say, but sometimes I think we have also important or things to say, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say what I have to say and to share this. And a shout out to my friends who are watching me, and to Alpha Island, and thank you, Simon.
Not a problem, Hyper. Not a problem. As you said, we'll have you back on. Once we've got something lined up again, we'll drop you a message with the link, and we'll definitely have you back on. Absolutely fantastic. And guys, we're going to wrap it up there. For everyone in the comments tonight, thank you for tuning in. Absolutely a pleasure to helping us grow this channel. Thanks for the support. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please go and do it now, guys. Smash the like button, guys. And once I've ended this video, guys, if you want to leave comments in below, I will get back to you guys. So please just keep supporting this channel. We will bring some more stuff, and we'll have people like Hyper back on the channel. So guys, thank you very much, guys, from Premier Hotspur TV, me, Simon, and thank you very much. Good night.